Hey guys, Katie here and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to go over tracing meridians. So this is something I learned about 6 months ago from Donna. She is an energy healer. She does a lot of energy healing exercises. And this is something I started to incorporate before my Qigong routines. So I trace all of my energy channels, making sure they're all open before I begin my practice. So really quickly, why we trace our meridians. So our hands are basically acting as magnets. So they are going to be pulling those energy through those channels. So if we have any stagnation, if we have any blockages, this is going to help really open up that meridian channel so that you can really get all that energy flowing to that internal organ, like I said, so you don't have any blockages. I wanted to break this video into two sections though, because whenever I started doing tracing meridians, I followed the videos and I felt like some of the meridians get a little complicated and it was hard for me to remember them all at once. So I wanted to do 7 of the meridians in one part and 7 meridians in the second part. So I want you to practice these first 7 meridians, really get them down, understand them, and then you can move on to the second part and do your other 7 meridians. And then at the end, we'll do a final gathering of all the meridians together. So today we're going to be tracing 7 of our 14 meridians. We are going to be tracing our 2 extraordinary meridians, so that's our central and our governing. We are going to be doing our spleen, our heart, small intestine, bladder, and our kidney meridian. So like I said, I'm going to put it into 2 parts just so that you can really get a flow for it, a feel for it. I'll explain a little bit about the meridian and what would be an issue if there was a disharmony in that meridian so that you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. So without further ado, let's get to tracing our meridians.
Starting with the central meridian, also known as the conception vessel or sea of yin. So place your hands on your pelvic bone and bring them straight up the front of your body to your bottom lip. This meridian supports many of your body and energy's yin functions. It also supports the brain and the nervous system, so promoting your parasympathetic nervous system. Out of balance, you'll feel unstable, tired, and physically depleted. Next is our governing meridian. So you're going to place both of your hands on your tailbone, trace straight up your spine, reach over your shoulder and meet your hands if you can, and trace over your head, over the nose to the upper lip. This meridian, also known as the Sea of Yang, supports many of your body and energy yang functions. So if it's out of balance, you may feel unable to stand straight, feel burdened or over-controlled or self-destructive. Now the spleen meridian, which plays an important part in the body's immune system and acts as a blood filter, and it removes impurities from the body. It also carries the emotion of worry. Starting on the outside of your big toe, go straight up the inside of your leg, flaring out at the hips, and go straight up the armpit and back down the ribcage. A few ways it can show up as an imbalance is excess worry, poor digestion, loss of appetite, and tiredness. Onto our heart meridian, so place your hand in your armpit and trace straight down to your pinky. The heart helps to pump blood throughout the body and is linked to the emotion of joy. An imbalance would include things like depression, lack of enthusiasm, and heart palpitations. Now flip your hand over and we will start with the small intestine. So you'll start at the little finger, go straight up the outside of the arm, down onto your back, up your neck, across your cheek, and back to the opening of your ear. Small intestine separates the pure from the impure, including food, fluids, thoughts, and beliefs. So problems with the small intestine usually create disease in the neck, ears, eyes, throat, head, and small intestine. Now onto our bladder meridian, which is a 2-parter. So start by placing your hands on your third eye, right in between your brows, and trace over the crown, down the spine to the top of the waist. And you're going to push up and down quickly, then trace around your gluteus maximus. Now leaving your hand, you're going to come back to your shoulders and go straight down the back, down the knees, and off the little toe. The bladder meridian is in charge of storing and eliminating fluid waste. It receives qi from the kidney meridian and uses it to transform fluid for elimination. Some of its imbalances include urinary disorders, incontinence, problems in the head including headaches, runny noses, nasal congestion, and neck tension. Along with the kidney, it also holds the emotion of fear, so an imbalance can show up as panic attacks, lack of decision-making, and chronic fear of change in your life. And our last meridian for this section is the kidney meridian. So it starts on the ball of your foot, so it's in line with your second and your third toe. Then you're going to circle behind the inside of your ankle and trace the inside of your leg up the front of your body to your K27 points. Kidneys remove waste, excess fluids to make urine, so they work closely with the bladder meridian where they share the same emotion of fear. Kidneys are an extremely important organ in Chinese medicine. They're responsible for reproduction, growth, and development. Imbalances can show up as reproductive issues, premature aging such as gray hair and hair loss. But that is part 1 of tracing meridians. Hope you enjoyed.